There we go. Oh yeah, bullet buttons are so much fun. There we go. Well, that took a while. Hey, what's up everybody? You're watching Fun with the Gun. So, did any of you guys notice the difference between those two rifles in the opening there? I sure did. So, here we've got our lightweight AR-15 build, but you might notice it's a slight bit different. So what is this thing on here? This is called the Thorsden FRS-15 Featureless rifle stock. Well, featureless, you may be wondering, what is featureless for you guys that are outside of California and maybe gun owners? So if you live in California, and there are a few other states that are like this too, there are certain features you're not allowed to have on your gun if you want to have a detachable magazine, right? So we've got that nice push button detachable magazine. So those features that you're not allowed to have if you want that are a pistol grip, an adjustable buttstock, forward vertical grip, which we don't have here. This is an angled grip, legal difference. And then you're not allowed to have a flash hider either. So luckily for us, this isn't a flash hider, this is known as a muzzle brake. So if you want to have a detachable magazine, your gun pretty much has to look like this. You've got to have these sorts of features. So we're talking about the Thorsden FRS-15 and how it impacts using an AR-15. You know, is it comfortable to use as a straight up replacement for a pistol grip or something like that? We're gonna find out. Let's take a few shots with it first though.
I don't know. I guess I could get used to this. It makes the gun feel heavier. I think it's just because of the where your hands are positioned now, or your hand is positioned. Overall I like it. I like the look of it. I think it's probably lesser of many evils. I don't know. Overall, I think that if I was to shoot all day or shooting for several hours, my wrist, until I get used to it, my hand and everything is in an awkward position. You know, like this. As opposed to being like this. This is much more ergonomic. See, that's how your hand naturally goes. Now I got to twist it up. Almost makes you want to chicken wing it when I shoot. Just so that it takes some pressure off this wrist. When I bring my body, my arms close to my body, I really can feel the torque on my wrist. I don't know if that's good for you or not. I think overall it might not be. But it's a beautiful design. You know, this is the first of few that we're going to try. So yeah, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. Well, what do you
think? You know, boy, it feels real good. It feels real good to have that detachable magazine, even though the gun's featureless. But, you know what doesn't feel too good is how you have to hold it. the ergonomics on this thing are just not 5-star, man. They're not. And that's not a dig against Thorsden. They did a great job making this product. It's just a dig against this style of Monte Carlo grip for a rifle that's not, you know, originally designed for something that's supposed to be that way. Because if you look, it's a very shallow grip angle. So when I grab the gun with my hands here, you'll notice each finger is on a slightly different plane. We've got this one here closest to the trigger, and then these two. So when you take into account that the weight is being moved further forward due to the longer length of pull of the rifle, you've got more weight up front that's kind of having a pendulum effect on the fulcrum that is your middle finger here that's supporting the weight of the gun. And since that one's the closest to the middle, it's supporting the brunt of the weight of this gun. So you've got it almost kind of pulling not just your fingers, but since your wrist is kind of locked like this, like what my dad was talking about, you've got it kind of pulling your wrist down here because of the weight. And after shooting, you know, quite a few rounds of ammo, it's just not as comfortable as, say, something like this. You can see we've got our bullet button here where the mag release would normally be. But apart from that, this gun is full featured. We've got, you know, adjustable buttstock here. We've got our comfortable pistol grip. And, you know, even if you wanted to have a forward vertical grip here, you got a little bipod that you can, you know, pull up against you. You got some nice features here, but you don't get to have your detachable mag release. Another issue that I have with this thing's ergonomics is the way that you manipulate the safety. Because if you guys look here, with a normal pistol grip, it's pretty easy to use your thumb to just switch back and forth like that. You don't got to move your hand. There's nothing that you have to really work with there, right? But with our featureless AR-15 here, it becomes a bit of a problem because, as you can see here, I can use my thumb, right, to manipulate the safety forward there so that it's off. Problem is, though, I can't really reach it forward again to grab it. So what I have to kind of do is I've got to bring my hand under the rifle like this, right? So I got to switch my grip. My finger isn't on the trigger anymore, and I got to use my index finger to there, switch the safety back to safe. So I've got to move my grip entirely and change it around so that I can actually operate this weapon. Now, one thing that you could do that we're definitely going to do to this gun to make it easier is we're going to put on an ambidextrous 45-degree safety so that it's on the right-hand side, because I find that this is most comfortable to hold with my thumb on the right-hand side of the weapon anyways. I got real small hands, so I have trouble just holding the gun by wrapping my hand around the whole grip here. I like to keep everything on the right-hand side here. It makes it a little bit easier to handle and manipulate the weapon with this style of featureless grip here. But we're going to put a ambidextrous safety on here with a short throw lever, and that's going to completely fix manipulating the safety. It's just something you got to think about if you're planning on putting one of these grips on your gun. So let's take a few shots with our featured AR-15. Have a little fun with that. We're good to go. Yeah, as you can see, this gun is really easy to use. I really like having a shorter length of pull because, you know, I finally have an adjustable stock to use, not non-adjustable. And it's just overall more comfortable to use a gun that has features like this. Still a lot of fun. Hey.
Yeah, you know, it's beautiful.
It really is.
Whoever engineered this really did a beautiful job.
Yeah, it's not half bad looking, is it?
No.
Very nice and streamlined.
Yeah. Now, how much does it cost?
So here's the thing. This sucker's a little pricey. At the end of the day, let me just take this thing out. There we go. Okay. At the end of the day, after shipping and tax and all the other surcharges and whatever, this came out to be $175 for this whole thing. And that's a lot of money, even for the stuff that it comes with.
Right.
Which is, you know, we obviously have this and the you know, the QD mounts and everything that comes with, but we've also got a buffer tube cover that we can't use here because this is the proprietary saber tube buffer cover. But yeah, $175 for this is really a lot of money, and if I would have known it was going to be that much at the start here.
So it comes with the butt grip here.
Oh yeah.
And the buffer tube cover.
Yeah, so I want to make one thing clear too while we're talking about that, is that it doesn't actually come with a new buffer tube itself. I thought that it did for the price that we were buying this thing at. But when the package came, what I realized was that all they give you is a cover that goes over the buffer tube you're supposed to already have on your gun. So if you've got a proprietary system like this, you know, the Saber tube or something different, that cover isn't going to do you any good. So don't go wasting your money buying the enhanced version that comes with QD mounts on the sides of the buffer covers, because you won't be able to use it anyways, right?
Okay, so now, what is the process of installation?
Yeah, so installing this thing is really easy. It's basically just the same as any other pistol grip. You've got a big shiny screw down here that you guys can see, and basically all you got to do is just you know, take off your pistol grip by, you know, unscrewing it there, and then screw this bad boy right on in. And of course, if you've got a, you know, stock or something, you got to take that sucker off so that this will fit on there. But installation is really easy. It took me 10 minutes.
Okay, so that makes it easy. Now, this is my question. This was our lightweight AR. Some of you may recognize it because we did a video on it. It's no longer that lightweight. This added a little weight to it. What's the total weight of this?
So the total weight of this thing is, I think it's 11.3 ounces for the grip stock combo, and then the cover itself is another 3.5 ounces if I'm correct there. So we've got 14, just a little over 14 and a half ounces altogether for the whole system, and that is really a lot of weight, considering that, you know, the thing that we took off of here was just an MOE pistol grip that weighed 3 ounces. So for a gun like this that's already made to be lightweight, we're adding a lot of weight to this thing.
Yeah, we also had a buttstock on it too.
To be fair though, the buttstock was just a small plate that we capped on the end of here.
Okay.
It probably weighed about 1.5 ounces.
Yeah.
So we added quite a bit of weight to this gun. For you guys out there that may be looking to put one on, maybe a lightweight build that you guys are working on, you might want to stick it on a different AR that's already got some weight on it, because I'll tell you what, a standard CTR MOE buttstock from Magpul is about 8 ounces, and then you've got 3.5 ounces for an MOE pistol grip. So you're almost up to the same amount of weight as this thing is if you're running a standard, you know, standard furniture on your AR. Since we went with lightweight furniture, for us it's adding a lot more weight.
Right.
So that's one thing that you might want to take into account. If you're looking to build a race gun or something, you might want a different featureless option, because this is going to add a considerable amount of weight to your gun.
Yeah. So, cost, weight,
ease of installation,
very
that's all
easy
covered.
to install, yeah. So what else?
Will we learn to live with it eventually?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we might.
We might
have to.
But the thing is, there are a lot of other featureless options out there, and we're going to be taking a look at a lot of them to try and find what works best for what we want to, you know, do here.
Yeah.
And so this is just the first of many that we're going to take a look at. We like this thing, we just don't love it.
Love the way it looks.
Absolutely. I would have to say the thing that I like the most about it is probably this, you know, this real cool sci-fi appeal that it's got to it. It's very streamlined. I like how it's got this angle, this continuous angle running from here all the way down. It's a really neat looking gun. It's fluid, it's streamlined, it's beautiful. It's just not the most ergonomic thing in the whole wide world to use, you know?
Right.
But, you know, eventually we're going to live with all this featureless stuff. And we're going to move out of this freaking state, guys.
Okay. No politics here, just this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So overall, I'd give it 6.5, 7 out of 10.
That's fair. I think it's fair.
Would you give it anything different?
Well, you know what? I just admire that someone did this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not trying to dig the company, man. They
Yeah.
did the best with what they had, but
Yeah.
you know, I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
Which is
It's
good.
good.
I think it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just not great.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all next time.
All right.
This has been Fun with the Gun, signing out.
A featureless fun with the gun.